And this should be what the world looks like now. As if you remember in the last episode, and this is the next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy VI Advance. Anyway, you might remember from the last episode that the Warring Cloud released, and the world was sort of destroyed. So, this is what the brand new world is like now. Don't press anything in this bit, because it won't work. I wonder if characters have more than one of the same clothes that look identical. Because Sid's wearing exactly the same clothes he was wearing before the world was destroyed. They thought they'd get dirty eventually. It's interesting to know that in Final Fantasy III, and maybe some of the other games as well, there's something called the Floating Continent. It doesn't look the same, but again, that's another parallel between the games. See, it's been a year. He must have changed clothes since then. It's nothing to do except catch this. So, I mean, you could look around here, but there really isn't anything. Well, I might as well show it off. This is what it looks like, but there really isn't anything here. There is some music, and you will get to hear it soon. It's not yet. If I can manage to find the beach. Ah, here we go. Yeah, the creature's making noise. I like the sound of the water there. You need to wait for a while, but eventually the fish do show up, I promise. Okay, I guess it has nothing else to say. I don't actually remember what you have to do to make the fish appear, but they will appear, I promise. Okay, it turns out that sometimes the fish show up, and sometimes they don't. It's letting you listen to music, and when they don't, he dies. Doesn't matter that much, he will die after a certain amount of time has passed anyway. I did it off screen, but I accidentally ended up fighting one of the creatures as well that are out here on the island. There are creatures on the island, and because of that, I lost a little bit of health, and I had to use an antidote because I was poisoned. So that's annoying. You don't really have a choice here. There's nowhere else to go, so. This is a grim ending. I remember when I first played this, I thought, yeah, it's going to end this way, because this is a grim way for the game to end, isn't it? I mean, this is kind of disappointing, to be honest. Don't worry, it isn't actually the end of the game. I promise you, sometimes fish do show up there, and when that happens, you just need to walk up to them and press the A button. I think it is. I don't know why she survived that, when all of the other people who jumped didn't. Well, I guess the bird helped her somehow. I can't believe he'd use his bandana just to heal a seagull. Fair enough. So what do we do now then? There's such beautiful music here. It also takes a while to work out where those stairs are. I'm not sure why I didn't show this to you immediately when you asked whether anyone else was alive or not. I mean, I'm presuming that since she used to work for Sludge, or at least for the Empire, I'm assuming she knows him a lot better than most of the other characters do. Look at that skyline there. I mean, I just love some of the graphics for this game. I really do. Now then, let's have a look how she's doing. Alright, still has well through the same HP and MP. I've already explained what happened with that. Let's see if she has any equipment. No, okay. I'm going to give her... Actually, it's a good idea to give her a Rune Blade. We've got something coming up where she's going to need that. And I would advise you to give her a shield, because there's just her at the moment. And if she's going to be going up against 2 or 3 creatures, even if they're a lot weaker than her, she's still going to need the shield. So yeah, give her armor as well. Now, this next section is sort of a rounding up of all of the characters again. And CHAKRA kind of stops being the main protagonist for a while. It's not really about her anymore, it's more about Celeste. You'll see what I mean. I'm going to give her that and sprint shoes, because we're going to want to go across this land quite quickly. I'm not quite sure how she managed to retain all of this stuff. I mean, she's far a long way, and normally in the game if Cat falls a long way then they lose everything. But apparently she hasn't, so... it doesn't matter that much. BLITZ has death, though, which is actually going to be pretty helpful. Again, for the moment it's going to be just her fighting creatures, so if you can get rid of things quickly, I think she's the best character. And at this point you are just free to use anything. That complicated mess where you add 3 or 4 characters and the other, I don't know, 6 all had some of the espers already, so your choice was limited. You're not in that situation anymore, so... And you can probably guess that we're heading for this town down here, since it's the only town we've got. But that's now it's got quite a while to go until the next level. I'm just going to show off one battle. Now you may have noticed it has a more sort of hollow sound for battle than it normally does. The music's a little different, and the creatures are similar to the creatures you've fought before, but they're also slightly different. Yeah, you could particularly hear it there. There's been a slight change in the music, and you can also see how much trouble she's basically in if she has to fight several characters. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find anything useful anywhere apart from this, and again I would recommend having quite a lot of these. some reason... Oh, I think I used that quite a lot. Okay, I'm gonna have to sell the Phoenix Downs. I thought I was starting from scratch, and I'm not. But that's fair enough. Okay, we're up to 10, which is the amount I would recommend. So yeah, apart from going here, I don't know if there's a lot else we can sort of buy. Don't bother looking for extra treasure in pots and clocks and things like that. Ah, that's interesting information. Anyway, don't bother looking for that, because you already found it a year ago. Ice Brand is new. Okay, we'll buy an Ice Brand. Thunder Blade we already have. Yeah, that's a pretty grim situation these characters are in right now. Nothing useful in there. Well, Gygus Grove might be quite useful, but I don't want to buy too much stuff right now. It is quite useful talking to these characters. For example, this is a side quest. There aren't a lot of side quests in the earlier parts of the game. I've actually had a look. The various side quests are available now. But there are a lot of side quests in the World of Ruin, and I'm going to try to show those off. And one of them is a side quest for the dragons. Alright, we need to go north to Tizen. And that's the next thing we're going to do in a minute. Right, I don't think anyone else here has anything interesting to say. Ah, yeah, that's another side quest. Okay, I think we're just going to head off to Zen. I'm fairly certain that I can show off these side quests later rather than now. So, we know we're going north, at least. And you are going to have to fight some creatures here. So, yes, I suppose try hard. No harm in using your more powerful magic attacks here. If I remember correctly, there's an inn in Tizen, so... I might as well show you the battles, because there's lots of new creatures and you could get used to new sound that we have. That's the tower, but I won't recommend going there yet. Just trust me, we're not ready. I haven't even tried, so I suppose it's possible that I'm wrong, but I really doubt that it's a good idea to try now. My suspicion is that's the last place we're going to go. Ah, that's interesting. And that is also why we couldn't get Mold's Water Dance in the World of Ruin, because there's no way to get to an area like the Serpent Trench that has water. So... this happens whatever you do. I am just going to try to see if I can get an inn to heal myself, although I don't think it will work. Okay, so there's a child trapped inside the house. Fair enough, let's go for it. I'm not going to completely rescue the child, I don't think, because we don't have time. But I am going to do my best. And that looks like Sabin. I'm going to do some of it. Okay, we've got 6 minutes. My advice is run from battle. A lot of the time you're going to manage to do so anyway, and it just uses up a lot of time, and having to fight all 3 of those things are gonna use up, you're gonna lose a lot of health. So just occasionally cure yourself. Oh, that's my alarm. And the rest of the time, you've just gotta try to get what's in these crates, if you can, if you think you've got time. But run from battles, and hopefully sometimes if you run quickly enough, if you start running immediately, it's not going to have time to do that. But imagine it doing that every single turn, and it taking at least 1 turn to get rid of each of those. I think you can probably see why it's best to just run from battles here. I'm going to try to get all of the boxes, but if I don't have time, then obviously I'm not, and you'll just have to live with that. I'm also going to try to show you the best way to go here. Or what I believe to be the best way to go. Okay, that was my mistake. Never mind. Okay, it does physical attacks on me. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to do this very often, but just for once. It would just be embarrassing if I died now and yeah. Okay, I'm going to have to go back to an earlier save. I'm back, and we know that's a monster in the box, so we're just going to ignore it. It's a good idea as well to heal yourself occasionally. I don't think there were any more boxes here. I mean, you can fight every single one of these if you want to. I'm not going to force you to. Well, forcing you to would be pretty stupid anyway. I suppose I'll fight this one now, assuming it doesn't simply kill me. But there are lots of good reasons not to fight them, so you can see how much damage they're doing already. Very annoying things. See, again, it's put high potion back in an awkward place instead of having it somewhere that makes sense. So. And of course, you need to have time to get out as well. Although I do have an idea about that, I just don't know for certain if it will work. That it will work. Okay, hopefully this will work. Now, I don't think you can teleport yourself out of this dungeon. Fair enough. Okay, this time you definitely need one from everything. And you need to try to not go the wrong way. I'm fairly certain, unfortunately, that whilst you've got the menu at the time, it's still counting, so... I probably shouldn't have had it on as long as I did. My phone sometimes does that. I'm just going to have to ignore it. I apologise for my phone. In fact, I'm actually going to have to go back, I think, and upload a previous save file anyway. I'm sorry about this. I will come back again. Once I actually get out of here, I will just show myself leaving, and that will have to be that. See, I've done it, and this is why squint shoes are so helpful. And just follow the same route that you took to find the body. Just go backwards, or just look at the route that I used. You got to see all of the important bits of it, so wow, Sabin's still Sabin. Okay, that's the end of this episode. I will see you next time.